What happened to freedom of religion? What happened to freedom of speech?
The invasion of Europe, which, as I always say, Western Europe is cooked. Eastern and Central Europe will largely be okay. They have let in too many people. They are in a cultural clash, and I don't see a way for them to get out of it. But it's not just Europe, actually. Australia has become a strange barometer of all of this, too. And when we were there about 3 months ago, it was very obvious that they had a massive immigration problem. They have a massive Islamist problem. And just a few weeks after we were in Australia, just steps away from actually where we were in Sydney, was this horrific jihadist shooting at a Hanukkah party where I think they killed about a dozen people. So the Israeli President Isaac Herzog visited Australia over the last 2 or 3 days. First off, this headline from the New York Times, how the Israeli president's visit to Australia created a tinderbox. Isaac Herzog's trip led to widespread rallies and tested the restrictions on protests that Australia installed after a deadly attack on a Jewish celebration. I mean, first off, that the president's visit created the tinderbox, that's not the tinderbox. A president from any country visiting another country isn't the tinderbox. The tinderbox is that you have let in hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people into your country, in this case I'm talking about Australia, who are not Australian and wish to destroy Australia and are making it very clear. And the day after October 7th, before Israel had even sent one troop into Gaza, when they were still trying to figure out how many of their own were dead, and it was about 1,400, there were people outside the Sydney Opera House screaming, gas the Jews, not kill the Israelis, gas the Jews. 16 people died in that Bondi Beach shooting, by the way. There were 40 injuries. And the reason I'm showing you this, well, I was going to have Aaron in here, who's obviously Australian, to comment on it, but it's also because if we don't deal with what we are dealing with now, of Trump closing the border and getting these people out and making sure they don't come back and cleaning up our cultural rot, it will all happen here. Sam Altman just announced that ChatGPT can now reference all your past conversations, every thought, question, idea you've ever shared. And with a former NSA director now on their board, Edward Snowden called it a willful, calculated betrayal of the rights of every person on Earth. We've seen this before. Alexa listens. Meta tracks everything you do. Why assume AI will be any different? And now OpenAI might even start asking for government IDs to use ChatGPT. That's where Venice.ai comes in. It gives you the power of AI without giving up your privacy. It's open source, private, and runs right in your browser. No spying, no censorship, no data collection. Your chats stay encrypted and stored only on your device. Go to Venice.ai/Dave and use code Dave for 20% off a pro plan. That's Venice.ai/Dave, code Dave, real AI, real privacy. So here are these quote unquote Australians protesting Isaac Herzog in Melbourne.
We were just praying Maghrib, and these bastards behind us picked us up and said, it's time to go. What happened to freedom of religion? What happened to freedom of speech?
Okay, listen to me, you little jihadist. There are about 50 Muslim countries, I think, and in those Muslim countries, it's not good, no matter what Tucker Carlson tells you when he's in Saudi Arabia where there are no churches, it's not good for Christians. There are no Jews left in any of those lands. It's not good for Baha'i, it's not good for atheists, it's not good for liberal Muslims or anything else. These people, who's occupied? Who's occupied? I would argue that it's Australia who is occupied by those thousands of people who are holding the flag of a nation that never existed, which is designed only to destroy nations that do exist. And then you think that guy cares about freedom of religion? You think he would offer anyone else freedom of religion when they have it their way? When they take over Australia, you think they're going to be like, we're going to make it really good for the Christians and the Jews? No, that is not how it is going to be.